on money. Let's get some people in here. You're not playing no games. You're not playing no games today. What up? Who we got in here? Who want to learn something about money? Who wants some free game about how to not be broke? I know today's Sunday, so I know a lot of y'all are getting settled for the week to go back to the job you don't like. So if you want some free game on how to make money, how to not be broke, somebody comment, free game. We ain't playing no games tonight. We ain't playing no games. No games tonight. No games. Comment free game if you want some free game on how to make money and how to not be broke and how to stop settling for this weak stuff, settling for a week that you don't like. It's time to get into it. We're not joking today. I ain't got the funny glasses. I'm not here for the games today. I'm tired of seeing so many people broke and struggling. Because guess what? Guess what? Let me take a sip of my CMOS juice real quick. Watermelon CMOS juice. Guess what? The easiest way to keep someone who's powerful and smart weak is to make them believe they're not powerful and smart. That's the way the system's set up. Let me say that again. The easiest way to keep someone like you who's powerful and smart weak is to make you believe that you're not powerful and smart. So how do we do that? We send you off into the world to do what? You apply for a job. You have to apply because you might not be good enough. You know that? So guess what? You apply, you go in to get interviewed by another human being like you so they can tell you if you're good enough or not. Because the easiest way to keep someone who's powerful and smart weak is to make them believe they're not powerful and smart. So the system is set up for you to apply, to go to an interview, to see if you're good enough, to get the job and go through orientation week and learn new things, only for them to be on you and you feel like you didn't do that right. I told you to do this, for you to feel like you're not good enough. So subconsciously, you feel like you're not good enough, and this makes you believe maybe you're not as powerful and smart as you once believed. Let's get into some studies. We're not playing no games today. I'm giving y'all free game. Somebody comment free game so I can make sure y'all paying attention, all right? Let me find what I need to find. Where's it at? Here we go. So, only 13% of American workers are making more than $100,000 per year. Only 13% of American workers are making over $100,000 per year. Now, many people want to get to $100,000 per year, but where does that leave you? Does that mean you're good to go? No. Let me show you why. All right? Because 45% of Americans, almost half of Americans who make $100,000 per year are still living paycheck to paycheck. So a lot of us, we never even hit $100,000 per year and we're dreaming of it. Failing to realize that you will still more than likely be living paycheck to paycheck because nobody taught you about personal finances in school. Nobody taught you about making money, maintaining it, and being properly educated on it. All they taught you was how to get this degree and go out and get a job and work for somebody who makes you feel like you're not powerful and smart. Because the easiest way to keep someone who's powerful and smart feeling like they're weak is to make them believe that they're not powerful and smart. So now we've established that only 13% of Americans make $100,000 per year, and half of them still are living paycheck to paycheck. So now you're like, dang, I thought when you make $100,000, you ain't gotta live paycheck to paycheck. Wrong. Let's keep it moving, and we're gonna explain why. Somebody comment free game. All right? Somebody comment free game. And on top of that, well, it's not always about race. Yeah, it is. Because if you're black or Hispanic, you're even less likely to make money, which most of my supporters, based on my analytics, are black or Hispanic, right? Because only 12% and 10%, 12% of black people and 10% of Hispanic people are doing what they need to do financially, right? Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Only 12% of black people and 10% of Spanish people are considered the upper class. So you say, what do you mean? What's the upper class? Because you just broke down how 100 people making 100,000 still are living paycheck to paycheck. Only 13% of people are making 100,000, and out of them, only half of them are still living paycheck to paycheck. And then if you're black and brown, it even lessens your chances. Because only 12% and 10% of you are considered upper class. But what's upper class? Well, let me show you what middle class is so you can understand what upper class is. Because they don't teach you this in school, sadly. Let me show you. Right? What's the ranges? So if you're single and you make less than $90,000 per year, then guess what? You are struggling. You're in the middle class, which is shrinking because they want to get rid of the middle class. So if you're by yourself, you live alone, and you make less than $90,000 per year, you're in trouble. Which we've established, most people individually are not making $90,000 per year. Now, if it's two of you, if you're in a relationship, and it's two of you, and you're making less than $127,000 combined, then you are in trouble, which is most of you. Somebody comment free game and pay attention so I can make sure you're paying attention. We're not playing no game today because I need to make sure you at least have an understanding of what's going on and why you're failing and why you have work tomorrow. I know it's Sunday. I know many of you have your alarm set and many of you have to hop off here because you don't want to be tired for the work week. Because this is the setup. The setup is to make you believe you as a powerful, intelligent human being. The easiest way to make you feel weak is to make you feel like you're not powerful and intelligent. Let's keep it moving. So we've established what it means to be in upper class, which only 10% of blacks and 12% of Hispanics are. And out of all the Americans, only 13% are making 100,000 or more. And out of those 13%, just because you're making 100,000 or more, now we've established that doesn't mean you're in upper class. So you're still in the middle class, which is constantly shrinking because they're getting rid of it. Now let's keep it moving. Why is this the case? Why is this the case? Let's see why this is the case, okay? Now, if you make 100,000 per year, now you have to break down taxes on average. I just had my first $100,000 a year. No, you didn't. They took about $22,000 in taxes. Because you don't got a CPA, you don't know how to write stuff off properly, you don't have LLC, you don't have businesses set up. You're mad that Trump is making $1 billion and he's paying no money in taxes because he's knowledgeable on money, which you're not. So you get angry at him because the school system failed you. No, you didn't make 100,000. You made 77,000, maybe. Maybe, okay? So it's another reason you're struggling. Let's keep it moving. Hopefully you're following me. This is an important message. A lot of you never even heard this before. That's the sad part. Or you've never heard it broken down like this before. Now, out of that 77,000, if you were making 100,000, which we've established, there's only about 10% chance that you were making 100,000 in the first place. Okay? Now, we look at this. The average monthly rent or mortgage, matter of fact, let's go off of this. The average monthly rent or mortgage is about $2,500. $2,500. All right? And on top of that, let me find my other slide. This one. There we go. So if you're making 70, let's lower it a little bit. Let's say you're making 75,000 per year. Because we've established only 13% of people are making 100,000, which still is struggling. So now you're making 75,000, which will raise the statistics of how many of you might be in that group, but you're still unlikely to be making that per year. All right? So that means that monthly you're making about 4,000 per month. So if you're making 4,000 per month, you're making 75,000. Yeah, I'll make 70,000 plus a year. Great, you make 4,000 a month. Relax. All right? So you made 4,000 per month. And as we just talked about, out of 4,000 per month, 2,500 of that on average is going to rent. So now we got 1,500 left. Now I'm a high school dropout. I was in 9th grade math until my senior year until I finally gave up. So let's keep that clear. So it's no reason why I should know this stuff and you don't. So now you make 75,000 a year, doubtedly. Out of that 75,000, that means you get after taxes about 4,000, maybe 4,300 per month. 25 of that, 2,500 goes to your rent or mortgage. Now you have 1,500 left. So now you got $1,500 left for the month. All right. Now you got $1,500 left. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Now, you gotta have a car. So average monthly car payment, let's say for a used car, $500. So dang, you made 75,000 this year. And again, we didn't even take the taxes out of that because we took the taxes out of 100,000. So let's say out of that 75,000, you got taxed throughout the year. Nah, we'll just keep it simple. We'll say you make 75,000, which we established is about 4,000 per month. We take 1,500 out for rent or mortgage. Okay, sorry, 2,500 out. That leaves you 1,500 left over. Your average car bill is 500. Now you got 1,000 left over. Car insurance, let's say average 300. Now you're down to $700 for the month. We're not talking bi-weekly. For the month. We didn't equate for Netflix. We didn't equate for groceries for us if we got kids. We didn't equate for gas. We didn't equate for emergencies, transmission in the car, issues with the car so you can get to work so you don't get written up because there's a point system. If you get 3, you're fired or you're suspended, which you can't afford because if you get suspended, then your check's gonna be smaller, then you're gonna panic. Is somebody following me? So if you make 75,000 a year, which is a low chance you make that, you are left with, not including the small bills and groceries and gas and things like that, you're left with about $500. So, why are you failing? Because out of that $500, you got to get food, you got to get gas, and there's going to be many other things you're recklessly spending because no one taught you how to budget. You have no idea what you're spending a month. You have no idea how much is coming out for Netflix, your Hulu, your Stars, because you got to watch Power and Black Mafia Family and see what Big Meats did and how much money he made, even though you ain't made none, but you spend an hour doing that per week. And you got to see the new, I don't know, season of Ozark, and you got to watch every episode. There's 3 more episodes left of Dahmer, right? So, guess what happens? Now you're making reckless choices. You're applying for credit cards that you know you shouldn't be applying for. You're crossing your fingers. You're getting approved for limits for $500, $1,000, $1,500. But you're in such a financial bind that within a few months, if you didn't run that card up on something dumb, on some dumb clothing so you can look cool to people, your friends and your family who know you're broke anyway, now you're going to use that card for an emergency or something like that because you really ain't got money put back. You don't have 6 months worth of savings put back in case there is an emergency because no one taught you in school, even though you went to school for 12 years in school, including pre-K and kindergarten, that you should have 6 months emergency to cover your bills. So that means if your rent's $2,000, your car's $500, your car insurance is a couple hundred, add a little other things in there, you should have that times 6 months put back let's say 20,000, but almost nobody has 20,000 in a bank account, small majority. So now you got this card with a bad APR, which means the bank is making money off of you when you're making payments to pay your bill down. No, actually you're just paying the bank money and giving them free money because they know you're uneducated on money. So, oh, they're uneducated. We see their credit's trash. Yeah, we're gonna approve them. They're gonna be excited that they got this approval for $1,000. They're gonna spend it recklessly, but they're actually paying us back. And on top of that, they're gonna end up not being able to pay that back. So we win again, which damages their credit, which means they can't get a house, which means they're struggling to get into a rental property, which means they may get evicted, which means, is somebody following? Somebody comment free game. So how do you win if you have no knowledge on these things? That's what we need to figure out. That's what we need to figure out. All right? So with that being said, I'm tired of hearing this. I'm tired of seeing this. I got family members that's like this. I got friends that's like this. I got so many people that's DMing me. How did you do it? How did you do it? Again, I dropped out of school. I failed 9th grade math to my senior year. I was labeled LD, ADD, ADHD, severe anxiety. Want to put me on Ritalin. Wanted to send me to therapy. If I can do it, you can do it. But the problem is I invested hundreds of thousands of dollars on mentors. 1,000 here, 1,000 there, 5,000 here, 10,000 here, 20,000 here. Because guess what? They won't teach you this in the free schooling that you're getting in the 14 years of school. Even if you go 50,000 in debt to go to college, you still ain't gonna learn most of this stuff. And then you're not even gonna end up getting a job for that trade or for that degree that you spent 4 years, 8 years to get that put you 50 to 150,000, let's say, in debt on average. So now you're in debt on that, so you gotta pay that on top of your rent, which you can't afford, on top of your car that you can't afford, all because you didn't get the knowledge. And the goal is to make you feel, because you don't have the knowledge, now you feel weak, now you feel depressed, now you feel anxiety, because you don't know what next month is gonna hold, if you're gonna be able to, you know what I mean? Are y'all following me? This is why I put together the Holistic Health and Finance University, because I'm going to teach you 10 different streams of income. From basic, I'm going to take you from beginner to expert on 10 different streams of income. On top of that, making sure your health is online, right? Because if you got money and you ain't got health, you're in trouble. So this Friday, October 21st, it's launching. Be there or continue to hate every single Sunday like you're hating it right now, because nobody else is going to do this for you. I do this because I'm passionate about helping people, just like I've been passionate for years and years straight, teaching you about health. I feel I've did what I need to do with that. I'm gonna further that with the Holistic Health course in here with new content weekly, but I'm also gonna make sure that you have passive income, because all the income you have to be active to do it. That's why you set your alarms now, because you need energy to throw the boxes, to make those calls on the dialer, to deal with customer service, to deal with all this stuff you shouldn't have to deal with. So if you're tired of this, if any of this made any sense to you, many of you never even heard this before, which is sad, you need to click the link in the bio, join the free wait list so you get notified when it drops on 6 p.m. October 21st, and make sure you text the word TWALK, TWALK, to the phone number 74121, because I'm doing something no one's ever done before. I'm teaching you all these courses, taking you from beginner to expert on different streams of income, passive income, real estate, credit, understanding debt, understanding credit cards, understanding Airbnb, Turo, crypto. Do you want to hold this property long term? How to do research on the best neighborhoods? Where, people don't even know what to look for. People just I got an approval from the bank. Oh yeah, I'll take this place. Oh, it's gonna be 6 months to build it. Or it's already built. Oh, when can I move in? You have no research. You don't know if there's schools nearby. You don't know if there's a shopping center nearby. Is there Starbucks nearby? Because all those things are important, because that's going to increase the property value. So if you end up staying there for 10 years, then you could have got that. Imagine you got a spot 10 years ago, right, for $200,000. Now guess what? Because you got a spot 10 years ago for $200,000 because you knew about the research, all the people who got a property 10 years ago for $200,000 that knew how to research a property and knew to make sure it's close to a school district, knew to make sure to check the crime rate, knew to make sure that the sidewalks wasn't all busted up and the asphalt wasn't potholes everywhere, knew to make sure there was a Walmart nearby, a Starbucks nearby, because if there's a Starbucks instead of a Dunkin' Donuts, then it's going to be more profitable over time, right? All the people who knew that, now 10 years later, that $200,000 property Now they have over $300,000 in equity. Now that property is worth about $700,000. Even if you lived in it and didn't create passive income in the meantime, that still was a smart investment, because guess what? That $200,000 property is now worth $700,000. So in 10 years, while you living in the property, raising your kids and family, now it's worth $500,000. Now with that $500,000 you have in profit, you can take while the real estate market's up. You can take 300 of that out in equity, still have 200 left in the property. You take that 300,000, with $300,000, you can set up about 10 Airbnbs minimal. Each Airbnb is gonna passive income cash flow you $2,500 per month. Now you have $20,000 minimum on residual income per month. Now you never work a job again. Now you go travel where you want, when you want, how you want, because you had this knowledge, but nobody gave it to you. And if they did, they was charging you $1,000, $10,000, $50,000, which you couldn't afford unless you got a bad loan because you had bad credit, because you never knew about credit. So this is why I'm doing it different, to reverse engineer this shit and teach it to you for $29.99 per month. And many of you still won't do it because you'll say it's probably a scam, because the world has taught you that anything that sounds too good to be true has to be a scam. So it's not a scam that you're working for this job that's poorly compensating you. It's not a scam that you work 80 hours a week, many cases, 40 hours a week, 80 hours every 2 weeks. Many of you are working about 100 hours every 2 weeks because you need all the overtime to pay your bills. That's not a scam though. I'm gonna just go do that. I'm gonna go do that because $29.99, I gotta be something up. Gotta be something up with that dude. And I don't even know what he's talking about. I don't even know if he know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? That's the sad mindset. That is the sad mindset. You see that and somebody comments your math is off, go back to school, but I guarantee you got a 9 to 5 and you're not being compensated. Well, that's why you're up watching me late at night looking for some sort of freedom. This is your escape from freedom, is sliding through social media and looking to be negative. And you're negative, that's why your mindset's always off. That's why you'll always have poor credit, and you'll always never pay your mom's rent, never pay your family's bills for the year. You'll never have the things you want in life because all you do is be negative. This is the problem with the world. Loser mindset. If you're tired of being a loser, if you're tired of working a 9 to 5, not saying that if you work a 9 to 5, you're a loser. I used to be a loser too. It's the mindset. It's the mindset. You know that? You know that? It's the mindset. It's the mindset of losers. It's the loser mindset, like Askia _ the great. You have the great after your name. There's nothing great about you if you're up at 10 o'clock listening to a lesson like this and all you have is something negative to say. Loser mindset. That's the problem. I used to be a loser too. I used to be soft too. I used to be stuck thinking I was weak and unintelligent too by my bosses, by my teachers. So I understand it. Difference is some people will learn, some people won't. Some people will learn, some people won't. You know that? That's crazy, right? That is crazy. Yeah, this Friday, October 21st, 6 p.m. it's launching. Text the word T-Walk to the phone number 74121. 74121. I'm a high school dropout. Yes, I failed 9th grade math to my senior year, and now I make 6 figures per month. So to the couple people who said my math is off, congratulations. You can do math better than me. Congratulations. You don't make more money than me. Congratulations. You haven't helped make more people money than me. You don't pay your family's rent like I do. You don't help people heal like I do. So congratulations. Let's clap it up for the people who do math a little bit better than me. That's always amazing. Because guess what? While your math is perfect, for some reason it ain't adding up in your real life. And that's the sad part. Because you know why? When teachers are teaching, when mentors are there to help you out, everybody's a know-it-all. Everybody's a know-it-all but don't know shit at all. Ain't that crazy? Everybody knows everything, but nobody knows nothing. That's what I learned, is everybody knows everything, but nobody knows anything. That's the truth. I love this guy. He's such an inspiration. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the positive people. Because being negative ain't going to get you anywhere. It ain't going to get you anywhere but setting your alarm clock right now. Going to a job you hate. Driving a car that you hate. In weather that you hate. Lack of sun, which is making you more depressed. Eating food you don't like because you can't afford the food you really want. And if you do, you gotta, I can do this. Oh, this is my favorite restaurant. We can do that like once this month, babe. Actually, we'll do next Friday and then the Friday after that. How's that sound? Because I got like a little extra money, but nah, we can't do that every day. Just know that. Kids, what you want for dinner? I can't afford that. We'll do that like 2 weeks from now, I promise you, okay? This is average life. This is the setup. This is the setup. It's the setup, it's the hamster wheel. So if you're ready to escape that like I did, by the age of 31, as a high school dropout, father was a crackhead. Like, grew up with roaches inside of my Frosted Flakes. Now I'm having an awesome day. Everything I ever wanted. Dream car. Most importantly, paying my mom's bills. Paying my family's bills. You know, you always got options. There's two sides of ridiculous, as I always tell you. There's ridiculously stressed, broke, unhealthy. There's ridiculously wealthy. Why is that person always smiling? And why are they always traveling? And wow, I love seeing that video of them paying their family's bills. That was so motivational and inspirational. There's always two sides of ridiculous. What side do you want to be on? There's ridiculous when I drive down the road and I see someone who has everything to their advantage in this country of America. Because if you're a male and you're white and you have no disabilities, you got everything to your advantage. But somehow you're still standing on the corner right there begging for change. And you ain't got no disabilities, you're fully functional. You ain't at least cleaning windshields to get no money. You just standing there begging. That's a weak mindset. I hate to break it to you. I hate to break it to you. It is what it is. If you got a disability, it's different, right? If you got severe mental health issues, it's different, right? If you've let this world get to you to the point where you get this severe addiction because you're masking your real mental issues and your real stresses of life because you never learned these things. So what you do to cover that up, you get high, stick stuff in your body that you know shouldn't be in there. Hey, I would see that and say, dang, hold up. Healthy, no disabilities, white, and a man? That's ridiculous. And he may look at me and say, wow, 30-year-old, black male, tattoos, in a McLaren? That's ridiculous. So there's always two sides of ridiculous. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. So, anyways, gave y'all a free lesson. Because we got to train the mindset. There's too many people that's soft. There's too many people that's soft. There's too many people making excuses. Stop making excuses. Take accountability. You know my phrase, do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. It's that simple. Do what you got to do. It's that simple. And you know my other phrase, I don't believe in if, try, can't, almost, or maybe. I get it done. No excuses. Nothing to it but to do it. Point your finger in the mirror if you blew it. Take accountability. If you're broke because you chose to be broke. Because you choose to spend your free time watching Netflix. You choose to watch every new Star series. You choose to watch the Dahmer series. You choose to play Scrabble on the weekends and play the game of life in a circle with your kids instead of teaching your kids and teaching yourself something so that when they grow up, they won't have to go to work like you. Take accountability. If you're unhealthy, take accountability for what you're shoving in your face. Take accountability. You stopped at McDonald's. You stopped at Burger King. You stopped at Chick-fil-A. You bought that frozen pizza. You gave that frozen pizza to your kid who now has health issues. Take accountability for your kids. You did that. You ate those unhealthy foods while you were pregnant. You decided to smoke and sip liquor while you were pregnant. So when your child comes out with an issue, take accountability. Yeah. There's a lot of accountability that needs to be taken. Even me, if I was to come up with a health issue, it's not impossible. I spent 26 years eating trash. If something comes up and catches up to me, I can't say, and God damn you, God damn. Nah, 26 years I ate oatmeal cream pies and ramen noodles and trash because my mom and my family wasn't educated on it either. So hopefully they take accountability, but at least if not, I'll take the accountability for them and understand that's what I was fed. Meatloaf and burgers and processed meat and chicken and things like that. So even though I've been alkaline and I teach health now for 10 years straight and I've been healthy for 26 years, which is more. So I've been eating unhealthy more than I've been eating healthy. So if something comes up, then guess what? I got to take accountability for that. Instead of putting it on something else and making excuses. I did that, you did that. Take accountability. Pay attention. Is somebody paying attention? I realize I got to stop joking so much. You know? Because people think it's all jokes and games. And, you know, I live a happy life. I'm always smiling and joking. But sometimes business got to be handled. Sometimes you got to be serious. When I was broke and struggling and depressed and stressed and full of anxiety and being rushed to the hospital multiple times per month for anxiety and panic attacks, and I was unhealthy and 275 pounds with sleep apnea, chronic back pain, doctors told me I had Crohn's disease, couldn't eat without being hunched over and cramped up. Guess what? You think I was happy then? Nah, I was upset. So when I was upset, what'd I do? I took accountability. I said, I'm fat, I'm unhealthy. I got sleep apnea, I got back pain. Why do I got back pain? I'm eating inflammatory foods. I'm doing all these workouts with bad form that I learned from someone else, right? I'm eating all these unhealthy foods. No wonder I got Crohn's and acid reflux and indigestion, right? I'm broke. Well, I play video games most of the time in the summer. I'm playing ball if I'm not playing video games. I'm never reading a book. I'm never taking courses. I haven't invested any money into knowledge. I have no books in my house. No wonder people think I'm dumb. No wonder I'm struggling more than most people at this age. I took accountability and then I took action. That's the difference. I took accountability and then I took action. The problem is nobody takes accountability, nobody takes action. If you're somebody who takes action, click the link in the bio now. Join the free waitlist for the Holistic Health and Finance University, which is dropping this Friday, October 21st, where I'm taking you from beginner to expert on 10 different streams of income and holistic health. Put your name and email, you're on the wait list, but also text the word T-Walk to the phone number 74121 to make sure the link's sent to your phone, because the first 200 people to join, somebody asked, I'm drinking homemade watermelon sea moss juice. The first 200 people to join get $1,000 worth of my ebooks, including my ultimate bundle for free, and you also get into to win $200 and some iPads. I ain't got my iPad on it, but yeah. But hey, I get it. Some of you are more comfortable imagine being more comfortable being uncomfortable than taking action on your own life. Imagine being more comfortable, I'm so comfortable being uncomfortable at this job I hate. I can't wait for this week. It's only Sunday and it's only Sunday and I already can't wait for this week to be over. Oh my goodness. Check clock in Monday, let me punch in, here's my badge, punch in. Hey Sarah, how's it going? Another day in this hellhole. Another week. Can't wait till Friday. Who you telling? I know. Man, the weekend flew by, didn't it? Oh my goodness, every weekend goes by quicker, don't it? Older you get, quicker the weeks go. Shit. Hopefully this week goes by quick. Got any plans this weekend? I'm just gonna lay on the couch and rest and watch this did you watch that new series on Netflix? I ain't watched that one yet. Oh, I'm gonna watch that too. Thanks for that tip. This is the conversations. These are the conversations. This is why the world is failing. This is why only 13% of the world is making $100,000 per year, which is actually about $75,000 per year after taxes, which means you're low income, which is why you're struggling, which is why you have no financial security, which is why you have no knowledge. And when you want to learn the knowledge, you got to pay thousands. You find somebody who's teaching it. Yeah, you got a program. Yeah, I got this course. It's $500. Yeah, it's $1,000. Yeah, it's $5,000. I do mentorship. It's $10,000 though for the year. It's $40,000, $50,000. Here, go to this. Watch. Here's the link to this free webinar. Watch this free webinar. It's an hour long. Make sure you watch to the end. You watch to the end. Hey, if you watch this whole free webinar, Thank you for joining me. That means you're serious and ready to take action. So guess what? I got an offer you can't resist. I'm gonna give you this, and this. Now normally, this course is normally 10,000. This one's normally 2,000. This one's normally 5,000. So in total, this is actually 50,000 worth of value. I'm gonna give it to you today for only $19,999. But don't worry, you can make payments of $3,000 per month. And you like, yo, I told you I was broke and struggling, huh? I can't do that. Well, guess what? I'm flipping it, reversing it like Missy, and I'm giving you everything for $29.99. All the things I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on, I know how hard it was, how stressful it was for me. So I ain't letting it go down like that. I'm gonna get y'all right. If y'all enjoyed this live, this was pretty much a whole free masterclass presentation. Get y'all the studies, put them on the screen for those on IG, those on TikTok. Thanks for tuning in, get those likes up. But yes, I had to come on here. You know I'm a Gemini, so I got two sides. Sometimes I'm super joking and crazy and wild, and other times I'm like real serious and let's get down to business and let's figure some shit out. You know? It's time for games. It's time for play. But I realize when I come on here and I play games with y'all that people just think life's a game. But I see too many people struggling, and it's sad. So if you don't want to be sad anymore, October 21st, Holistic Health and Finance University drops. It's not a course, it's multiple courses inside of a course. It's course inside of a university. New videos weekly. Live Q&As with me weekly, where it's just us locked in, me and the members. And I can say what I want, when I want, how I want. I can't be banned. That's why there's 57 people in my live right now, when normally there's hundreds, because they got me shadow banned. That's why my story is only getting 200 views when normally it gets 2,000. Some shadow ban. That's why my videos get flagged. That's why my videos are getting removed, because they don't want somebody like this that's teaching you this information on how to heal naturally and how to get out of the rat race and out of the hamster wheel. They don't want that. They want you sick and stuck. Sick, stuck, and fucked. That's the goal. They want you sick, stuck, and fucked. Right? Facts. Thank you. Can't wait for this journey. Let's go. Yes. This man's amazing. Opened my eyes to a lot. Yes. 100 emojis. I love this guy. You're such an inspiration. Free game. Thank you for sharing your passion. Aura is glowing around you. Appreciate it. Your theme music in the background is everything. That's something I listen to every single day. I listen to this every single day for like 3 years straight. When I'm meditating, when I'm doing my mindset walks, that right there, oh, my thing's in the way. It is called Miracles Happen While You Sleep. If you search, you know what it is? It's money manifestation. What I did one day, like 3 years ago, I just YouTubed money manifestation. And this came up, and ever since then, when I was living in Hollywood, I literally would set up on my rooftop every single evening and watch the sunset, and I play this in my head, and I literally sat on the roof. I remember I just started making like $7,000 per month. Which at the time was a lot. This was like two years ago, because again, I was broke 2 years ago. So when I first started making $7,000 a month, I was like, yo, I can't believe I'm making $7,000 per month. 2 years ago, I was set up on the roof. At sunrise and sunset, I would listen to this and I would stare directly into the sunlight, and I would meditate and manifest all my biggest goals so that they can materialize. Because a lot of us are manifesting, meditating, and doing yoga and breathing exercises, prana yoga, things like that. But we ain't materializing nothing. So that means something's wrong. So I would listen to this every single day and get hypnotized. And as I was hypnotized, I would tell myself, it was when I was making $7,000, I said, next month, you're going to make $10,000 per month. You're going to do it because it's easy. You already know it's possible. Other people just like you on this earth, who are human beings just like you, are making $10,000 per month. You can do it too. It's easy. Stop telling yourself it's hard. It's already an option. It's already there. Energy, come to me. Just bring it to me. I know it's out there. I'm telling you right now to come to me. I'm going to make it happen. Next month, I made it happen. Then I'm like, dang, I already did that. I got to switch it up. I can't keep lowballing myself. Let me say 20,000. Next month, go up on the rooftop. Listen to this. Stare in the sun. This month, I'm going to make 20,000 this month. I know it's going to happen because I know I'm putting in the work. I know when I'm done up here watching the sunset, I'm going to go back down to my crib and put in work. I know I'm doing everything I can every single day to put out free content to help as many people as possible. And it's proven that it's working. So I know I deserve it. So I'm going to make 20,000 next month. Next month, I made 20,000. I'm not lying. Next month, I said, I'm gonna make 30,000 this month. I already know I'm putting in enough work. I know I'm helping tens of thousands of people out now. I know I'm making new videos, giving my best information, not holding anything back. I know I deserve it. I know I need to pay my mom's rent. Next month I made 30,000. I did the same thing next month, 40,000. I did the same thing next month, 50,000. I did the same thing next month, 60,000. I did the same thing next month, 70,000. I did the same thing the next month, 80,000. I did the same thing next month, 90,000. I did the same thing next month, 100,000. I did the same thing next month, 110,000. And I did the same thing next month. My biggest month was 121,000 in a month. Back to back to back, record breaking, because I stick to it. I don't believe it. If, try, can, almost, or maybe. I get it done. No excuses, nothing to it but to do it. Point your finger in the mirror if you blew it. Peace. Holla at y'all later.